Let's go.
Straighten your mustache. I'm not doing the video like that.
There, it's straight. I don't know what else you want to do.
It's not. It's still curling.
I can't help it. That's what it does. It's gnarly. Alright, let's go.
Alright.
Ready?
Action. So our latest update, our last procedure was October 31st. Jason went in for the right heart cath procedure to be done. That procedure is when they put a catheter in your neck hole.
You put a catheter in your jugular.
In your jugular.
I don't think it's your jugular.
I don't know. In your main artery in your neck or something. And that allows them to go down into your heart and measure the pressure.
It measures the pressure on the right and left side of the heart.
So that gives them a really good idea of the process of heart failure, how quickly his heart is failing.
What'd you say? A normal heart pumps like 4 liters a minute. I'm down to 1.7 liters a minute. Right?
I don't recall.
Yeah, so it's like half of what a normal heart would be doing.
But she said the numbers are what they are. They're only going to continue to get worse, which is expected. April was our last time that we were in there for the right heart cath, and since April the numbers have declined, but not as bad as she anticipated. She kind of is leaving it up to us on a quality of life basis.
If it was up to her, I'd be admitted now, just to be on the safe side. Like, I could go either way. I could go into the hospital for one, to be 100% fine with that, but I could also squeeze another week or 2, maybe 4 out of the whole deal.
With LVNC, things can change very quickly.
Yep.
So each case of heart failure or whatever reason that you need a transplant, each case is different. So even for us, no matter what the numbers say, the doctor feels like we're in a position now, even though Jason looks good on the outside, some people wouldn't even realize that he was sick. We can't take it too far and push our luck, because if we don't get into the hospital and try to go through this process soon, they want him to be healthy enough that he's going to have a good surgery, and the healthier and stronger he is, the more likely he is to recoup after the surgery as best as possible. The problem is that you don't want to do it too soon, because obviously it's a very risky surgery, and there's a 50-50 shot, I guess, that it's going to work. And
50-50.
What do you think your odds are?
Like 80% to get through the surgery is pretty good. It's the recovery that is the little sketchy.
Your surgery is either going to work or it's not going to work. There's no in between.
No, there's no halfway work.
So you obviously don't want to do the surgery too soon, but you don't want to wait until your body gets too sick, or if there's an episode like with his type of heart condition, you could go into sudden cardiac arrest very quickly, and then you could take a turn for the worse really quickly, and then that would knock us off the list altogether. So we were walking this fine line at this point of wanting to get as much quality of life and not really being ready to go live full time at the hospital and just sit there and kind of twiddle your thumbs and wait for this process to happen.
Once you get in the hospital, you can wait a day or 2. You could wait 6 months. It could be a while. You don't know. I think that's the hardest part for me about all of this, is not knowing from day to day. Like, people keep saying, well, where is he at on the list, or what? You're not in line for something. This is not like a process where we have any idea what to expect. So they'll take a number.
He had a good day today, and we spent the whole day together, and he had energy and things were good. And then he could wake up tomorrow and not be able to get off the couch. So it's hard to say from day to day like what we're anticipating. And just last week, he finally, Wednesday was when they ended up letting him come home, after we had anticipated that being our check-in date to the hospital, and they ended up letting him come home to try to get another week or 2 weeks or whatever we can get out of this time. And by Friday we went over and we were cleaning our boat, and then he went back into AFib. He could feel it, and luckily he laid down for a little while, and it ended up going away, so we didn't have to go to the hospital.
I was actually legit nervous then because I was like, damn, it just got out. Like,
we both,
this literally was still healing up. Like, that would have been...
It's so fresh. Like, you
because it wasn't like we were doing
up.
anything. We were just literally... Like, I was doing minimal work. You were, like, scrubbing stuff. I was, like, trying to figure out what the alarm for the engine was. So it wasn't like I was sitting down doing nothing. And then all of a sudden... Like, your heart starts going haywire and you feel like, oh, great, well, there went that.
Yeah.
That lasted a whole, not even 24 hours.
Yeah, like 2 days later, and we thought we were going to get a couple more weeks, and then 2 days later, I thought, oh, great, this is over, now we are back in the hospital. So, it's like...
But luckily, I popped out of it, because you can sometimes pop in and out of it, so...
So, where we leave it now, we are home, and it's based on Jason's quality of life at this point. The next time he goes into AFib, if the fluid builds up too much, if he's just not feeling well for more than a whole day at a time, just be ready to mentally say, this is what we have to do.
Any second, everything could change.
Yeah, it's time for this to happen.
And that's not even the hard part. That's just going into the hospital.
Yeah, that's just getting admitted.
Yeah, and then you gotta go through
we haven't even tackled the thought of the rest of this.
The actual transplant and surgery.
For us, that's where we're at, and we're just taking it day by day at this point, just kind of getting his head right. And I think that's a huge process in this. Has been mentally, it has been just as taxing. I mean, this has been a process mentally for us since the last week of August is when they first told us, okay, it's time to get in the hospital. This is about to go down. It's going to happen this fall.
Yeah, originally she said she wanted me in there October 1st.
Yeah.
She was like, that's your deadline.
We've finally wrapped our heads around the fact that this is going to happen. It's going to happen now. Where next update would probably be us getting admitted to the hospital and moving forward with everything. So right now we're just day by day till the next episode that he has where he's either too sick or every time we go in we just kind of hold our breath and think, give us 2 more weeks. Next week I think we go back. If they say still doing good, then we'll come home, try to get 2 more weeks, but basically that's where we're at, and that's it. Thanks for the thoughts, prayers. We need it all.
All right.
Peace.
That was dumb.
No peace. Auf Wiedersehen! 4 o'clock. Who's...